Fear me, mortals, for I, the blazing black dragon, am now hydrated!
Hello, my fellow hunters! Alatreon is very soon upon us, and I would say the excitement
is maximum!
But what has kind of flitted under the radar a little bit in the midst of all that excitement is, well, I don't know how else to put this, so I'll just come out and say it just straight away. I will just say it. We have new Black Dragon Law Alert! New Black Dragon Law Alert! New Black Dragon Law Alert! And no, I don't just mean Alatreon's brand new Purple Mode! Though that is nice to see that apparently some Alatreon can go full dragon mode. And no, it is not even that the Alatreon we'll be facing has finally mastered the avatar state and can now use water.
So it begins.
See, that's a water beam, right? It's in the water of very loose liquidy ice. But I feel like loose liquidy ice is water, so, he can do water! Whether he'll have anything more than a Plesioffy sweeper beam with it is, remains to be seen. Oh, and while we're talking about differences on him, his wings, while doing this wateriness, are like this beautiful, pearlescent, like shimmering glow mix of color, and that's very much new as well. Maybe another sign of, I don't know, maturity or elemental mastery or the mixing, the extra modes, but there is definitely something, well, going on with this Alatreon. But he officially has all 5 elements, which, needless to say, is utterly badass. That, coupled with his brand new super move that occurs every time he chooses to switch element, called Eschaton Judgment, well, we are in for a little bit of trouble. I swear to God, this Alatreon fight, the Capcom was sat around, right, having a design, and the first guy's like, So this fight, when we're tuning it, when we're thinking about the difficulty, which of the hunters are we wanting to cart with this? Who are we looking to cart over and over, endlessly with this fight? Who are we wanting to wall here? And everyone in unison, just the whole Capcom team, just turned around, looked at him and went, EVERYONE! And thus, now we are here, and now we are scared. So, why is this so significant? Why is it a big deal? Well, as I said, this isn't really about the fact that he can now use water, though it is very much long overdue. It's about the fact that I kind of slipped in a little phrasing earlier that maybe you picked up on, maybe you didn't, but his super move happens whenever he chooses to swap element. And this is either unique to the Alatreon of the New World, or at least the one that we're fighting, or a little bit of a rewrite of Alatreon's Ecology, because previously, and I've done many videos discussing him in full if you want to get a complete lowdown, but the TLDR is Alatreon's elements come from his scales. Within each scale, it's like just a bubbling, melting pot cauldron of elements, and every amount of time, one of them becomes dominant. It's like a little slot machine rolling in his scales all the time, and eventually, ding! Fire came around! Oh, alright, guess it's time to burn! And, he has a lovely old time using whatever he's given by his scales. He is elementally unstable. It's what causes him to have the walking apocalypse effect. It's why the environment gets warped by his existence. Lightning storms, firestorms, ice storms, the earth shaking. It's why he is a natural disaster, because he can't really control it. He just fucks shit up by being kind of in the area of the shit. So this is very interesting then, because by taking away the instability, unless maybe it comes back when he's near death as some final last stand they've not revealed yet, but by taking that away, you change the whole dynamic of who Alatreon is.
I am a mystery!
Well, yeah, because the question is that just Alatreons now, or is that this Alatreon that can choose at will? Is that why his moveset is so different? Is that why he looks slightly different? Little bit of a different tail shape, and so forth? The wings not reaching all the way down his body like they used to? I mean, it's tempting to be like, well, this is the mature Alatreon, right? Maybe the unstable ones are just the younger ones. Maybe they've not learnt enough, or they've just not grown enough, and eventually when an Alatreon gets very ancient, it both looks and acts like this. I mean, admittedly that has credence, because we know, well, Elder Dragons come to the New World to die, which implies they're, nearing the end of their life cycle. It would also mean then, because he doesn't fuck up the environment by existing, well, he isn't going to be as big of a disaster to the New World. Maybe that's how they're getting away with not having him just destroy everything in his passing through. As much as I don't think that's a concern that they needed to address, though. I don't think anyone was there when like, alright, we want to bring Alatreon to Iceborne, but how do we explain why, like, just the whole of Ciliada hasn't been blown up when he flew over the top? I don't think people generally care about that, though I do. Damn it, ecology is everything. But at least to me, that does satisfy that. Okay, so he's more lethal, as the dragon, but less lethal maybe passively? Perhaps, maybe he's more lethal passively. Maybe being able to control it at will means he can, well, apply that unstable environment whenever he wants. So maybe it's even worse. He can up the intensity of it. Either way, I feel like the idea that this is old man Alatreon, the peak of Alatreon's power, the zenith of his life cycle, is very, very cool. But even further than that little tidbit, which is just wonderful to know, oh god, it can just change at will and has all 5 and dragon mode and just all of the things. God, it's gonna be so awesomely terrifying. But beyond that, we get a new little insight into how the guild treats black dragons, because, well, there's not a lot of information on them, and the reason for that, at least that we thought, and perhaps still contributes a lot, but the reason for that was supposedly that when Hunter meets Black Dragon go, and then Hunter go, ah, and then Hunter die. So, there's no one to go back and be like, guys, you want me? Oh my god, it was Jesus Christ. So you don't really get word of mouth spreading from encounters, because encounters 99% of the time end up with dead Hunter. You gotta understand that your player Hunter is exceptional. The huge bulk of Hunters struggle with low rank tier 1 monsters. A Toby Kadachi is a lethal threat to most people who pick up a weapon. So, you have to have the top echelon of Hunters that could encounter a black dragon, and then the top echelon of those that actually managed to survive it. So information is understandably sparse. However, we have this new little bit of info. Known as the symbol of destruction, people fear even uttering its name. It's rumored to control all of the elements, but most, if not all, records of its existence have been burned. And this, to me, is utterly fascinating, because this implies that any information we do have, or at least any that can be got hold of, anything that pertains to it, even Alatreon's name, has been deliberately burnt, deliberately purged from the history books. And the only people that both would and have the means to do that is the guild. And that's kind of a ooh moment, because the question is why? Is it deep, is it dark, or is it a more surface level answer? Perhaps the general populace, which of course, by far and large, are people that can do nothing in the face of a monster. They just get slaughtered. Monsters in the Monster World are terrifying. It is so rare a hunter that can do anything actually arrives. So if everybody knew about this being, this creature, that by its mere presence could level their entire village, and everyone they know and love can just be purged by being in the general vicinity of this just force of nature in dragon form, that can rain lightning, fire, earthquakes, icicles the size of cars down on you in your hut by, accident chiefly. If you knew that existed, if you knew it as fact, it would be kinda hard to sleep at night, wouldn't it? So to me, this kind of implies that the guild kind of hush-hushes black dragons, and even perhaps elder dragons to some extent, because even they're quite mysterious, low on info, but especially the black dragons, keeps them on the down low, only informs the top hunters, top guild members, when one appears, so they can quietly as possible deal with it, to prevent people from, you know, having a panic. And that is quite interesting. The second, of course, is perhaps they are expunging it from history in the hopes that, well, it is forgotten about, it is just fading into the background of time. Hopefully one won't appear again, hopefully it's like wishful thinking, but that doesn't make as most sense because, you know, they know they exist, and if one of them arrives, one of them rears its beautiful horned head of many elements, you have to be able to refer to the How to Beat Alatreon manual. So there has to be perhaps some vault somewhere, some secret guild facility, some storage deep within the heart of the guild's home base in the city of Dundorma that has documents on monsters that we've never seen or heard of. Perhaps there are more black dragons that are written there, but again, we don't know about it because they are kept on the down low. And I think that is really cool. I love that just with these couple sentences, this little bit of description on Worlds Alatreon, we get this little deeper insight into how the world of Monster Hunter, the guild, and its members operate. And I think that's really amazing. So there you have it. No longer unstable. All 5 elements more powerful, perhaps ancient, perhaps we're seeing a later stage of the Alatreon life cycle. And we now know that the guild, well, likes a bit of a cover-up, likely to keep everyone feeling a little bit calmer. That is awesome. Let me know your thoughts on all that, though. Like if you enjoyed this, subscribe for more, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.
Rage Gaming with the video float.
But that's all that's really relevant at the mo, but I'm still gonna leave this up so you patrons know that I love you even though the outro's no longer that kinda relevant. But the new one's being worked on and it's gonna be a truly badass song, and don't worry, I won't be doing any rapping on it. I'm gonna go now. This was shit.